Imagine the year is 1872. A British ship, the DEI Gracia, sails through the choppy waters of the Atlantic Ocean. In the distance, they spot another ship, presumably also braving the tempestuous waves. As they draw closer, they realize something is amiss. The ship, later identified as the Mary Celeste, is eerily quiet. Its sails are tattered, fluttering listlessly in the wind. But what's even more unsettling, there's not a soul on board. This is the enigma of the Mary Celeste, a ship discovered in the middle of the Atlantic, completely deserted. The ship was in good condition, with no sign of struggle or damage. The cargo was intact, and the personal belongings of the crew remained untouched. Food and water supplies were plentiful, and the ship's log showed no indication of impending doom. The last entry was dated 10 days prior, a mundane note about the weather and the ship's coordinates. The only thing missing, the crew. The ship's lifeboat was gone, suggesting they had willingly left the Mary Celeste. But why would they abandon a perfectly good ship? And where did they go? The sea was calm, and there was no sign of a storm on the horizon. There was no distress call, no message in a bottle, not even a hastily scrawled note. The ship's captain, Benjamin Briggs, was a seasoned seaman, known for his discipline and adherence to the sailor's code. His crew was experienced and loyal. They wouldn't have abandoned ship without a compelling reason. But that reason remains as elusive as the crew itself. The discovery of the Mary Celeste baffled the sailors of the DEI Gracia, and it has continued to perplex the world for over a century. It's a tale that has been told and retold, each time adding another layer of intrigue to the mystery. The ship was there, the cargo was there, the personal belongings were there, yet the crew was nowhere to be found, leaving behind a mystery that has puzzled historians for over a century. The Mary Celeste wasn't always a ghost ship. She once sailed proudly under the command of Captain Benjamin Briggs. Born in Massachusetts in the early 1800s, Briggs was a seasoned sea captain with a reputation for discipline and a knack for navigation. In 1867, he took command of the Mary Celeste, a recently built brigantine known for her speed and agility on the open seas. Constructed in Spencer's Island, Nova Scotia, the Mary Celeste was a beauty. At 100 feet long and 25 feet wide, she was designed for both speed and cargo capacity. She was the pride of her builders and a testament to the shipbuilding prowess of the era. Ownership of the Mary Celeste changed hands several times before she found herself under the command of Captain Briggs. He was a family man, often traveling with his wife Sarah and their 2-year-old daughter Sophia. They were a picture of maritime domesticity, living aboard the ship that was both their home and their livelihood. The ship's last voyage began in early November of 1872, carrying a cargo of 1,700 barrels of raw alcohol. The destination was Genoa, Italy, a journey that should have taken a little over a month. Captain Briggs, his family, and a crew of 7 set sail from New York, anticipating a smooth and profitable journey. But the sea is a fickle mistress, and fate can be a cruel jester. 10 days out of port, the Mary Celeste vanished into thin air. She was later found by the crew of the DEI Gracia, a British brig, on December 4th. The Mary Celeste was adrift, her sails partially set, and her lifeboat missing. But most disturbingly, the ship was abandoned. There was no sign of Captain Briggs, his family, or the crew. The ship's log last entry was dated 10 days back, and the cargo was untouched. Then, 10 days out of port, the Mary Celeste vanished into thin air, only to be found later, abandoned and drifting. The mystery of the Mary Celeste has spawned a myriad of theories over the years, each one more tantalizing and perplexing than the last. These theories attempt to unravel the enigma that has confounded maritime historians for over 150 years. The first theory we'll delve into is the possibility of a natural disaster. Some believe that a waterspout, a tornado occurring over water, might have swept the crew away, leaving the ship to continue its course unmanned. This theory, while plausible, fails to explain why the ship's logbook, last updated mere hours before the discovery, made no mention of such a devastating event. Next, we have the theory of piracy. The Atlantic was a hotbed for pirates in the late 19th century, and it's not unreasonable to think that the crew of the Mary Celeste might have fallen victim to these seafaring bandits. However, The untouched cargo of alcohol and personal belongings left behind contradicts this theory. Pirates, after all, are known for their looting, and the Mary Celeste was a treasure trove left undisturbed. Mutiny is another possibility that has been floated around. A disgruntled crew, driven to desperation by harsh conditions or a tyrannical captain, might have seized control of the ship and then abandoned it for unknown reasons. But again, the ship's logbook, along with personal letters from the crew, reveal no signs of discontent or rebellion. Then there's the theory of seaquakes. These underwater earthquakes have been known to cause massive waves and deadly whirlpools, which could have potentially swept the crew overboard. While this theory might seem plausible, it still doesn't explain the ship's pristine condition when it was found. And of course, we can't discuss the Mary Celeste without delving into the realm of the supernatural. Ghost stories and tales of sea monsters have been a part of nautical lore since humans first took to the sea. Some speculate that the crew of the Mary Celeste fell prey to such supernatural entities, their fate sealed by forces beyond human comprehension. As enticing as this theory might be to fans of the paranormal, it lacks the hard evidence required for serious consideration. And finally, there's the theory of fear. The crew, scared by something, perhaps a perceived threat or a misunderstood natural phenomenon, might have abandoned ship in a panic, only to be lost at sea. This theory, while unprovable, is one of the few that accounts for the ship's untouched state and the missing lifeboat. But despite these theories, no definitive evidence has ever been found to explain the crew's disappearance. The Mary Celeste remains one of the greatest maritime mysteries of all time, her story serving as a haunting reminder of the vast and unpredictable nature of the sea. The Mary Celeste is more than just a ghost ship. She's a symbol of the unfathomable depths of the sea and the mysteries it holds. The legacy of the Mary Celeste stretches far beyond her deserted deck and the eerie silence that her name invokes. She's become a cultural touchstone, her story seeping into our collective consciousness, influencing literature, film, and even the way we perceive the maritime world. In literature, the Mary Celeste has sparked the imaginations of writers worldwide. Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes, penned a fictional account of her voyage called J. Habakkuk Jepson's Statement, which intensified the mystery and contributed to the ship's legendary status. Numerous novels, short stories, and poems have since been inspired by her tale, all attempting to unravel the enigma she represents. In film and television, the Mary Celeste has been depicted in a myriad of ways, often as an ominous warning of the perils of the sea. From classic black and white movies to modern-day documentaries, her story captivates audiences time and again, a chilling reminder of the unknowns that lurk beneath the ocean's surface. Beyond her influence on popular culture, the Mary Celeste has also had a lasting impact on maritime law and safety regulations. Her case was a catalyst for changes in protocols concerning the abandonment of ships and the handling of maritime investigations. And yet, despite the passage of more than 150 years, the Mary Celeste continues to captivate. Modern investigators and marine archaeologists are still drawn to her mystery. Technological advancements have allowed for new explorations and theories, yet her true story remains elusive, a ghostly riddle wrapped in maritime lore. The Mary Celeste remains one of history's greatest maritime mysteries, a ghost ship sailing through time, carrying with her a tale that continues to intrigue and bewilder. Over 150 years have passed since the Mary Celeste was found drifting in the Atlantic. Her crew vanished without a trace. The mystery of the Mary Celeste is a tale that has endured through the ages, a maritime enigma that has captivated the imaginations of historians, explorers, and the public alike. Despite countless investigations and theories, the fate of the crew remains an unsolved puzzle, a ghostly echo from a bygone era. From the ship's untouched provisions to its intact cargo, the eerie circumstances surrounding its discovery continue to baffle us. The Mary Celeste serves as a chilling reminder of the sea's unfathomable depths and the mysteries it holds. Even after a century and a half, this ghost ship refuses to sink into oblivion, its story remaining as elusive and captivating as ever. The Mary Celeste sails on in our imagination, a phantom vessel on an eternal voyage, her story forever etched in the annals of seafaring lore.